One day, win today. Then you wake up tomorrow and you do the same thing. And then you wake up on Wednesday, same thing. Then you wake up on Thursday and you do that. And guess what happens then? You create a winning streak. And when you do this long enough, you're forming new habits. Okay? And after a while, winning the day is not hard. It's easy. It becomes automatic. And when you get to the point where you're winning every day and it's automatic, guess what happens? Winning becomes who the fuck you are. And when winning becomes who the fuck you are, guess what you become? You become a winner.
The biggest risk to your future isn't your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to do them.
Has anybody heard the expression, eat the frog, early on in the day?
Why haven't we eaten a frog?
So it's a phrase. I'm not telling you to eat a frog. Because eating the frog is relating back to doing something that you don't want to do. So getting up in the morning, if you win the morning, you will win the day. Right? When we set goals, we set long-term goals. If you want to win the year, before that, you have to win the month. If you want to win the month before that, you've got to win the week. If you want to win the week before that, you've got to win the day. And if you want to win the day, you've got to win the morning. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is the most crucial part of your day. It sets the tone and sets the intention from the rest of the day. So choose to do a difficult thing rather than an easy thing. For example, getting up and going for a walk outside. It's not something that you want to do, but it's going to make you feel much better, as opposed to grabbing your phone and scrolling aimlessly. Or for example, jumping in a cold shower. Difficult, don't want to do it, but it increases your dopamine and makes you feel much better. Again, sets the intention, sets the door the rest of the day. So again, think about in the morning, just take 30 seconds, a minute to yourself. What's the first thing that you're all doing in the morning when you first wake up? Is it positive or is it negative? If it's negative, can it be replaced by a positive habit?
If you win enough days, you win the week. If you win enough weeks, you win the month. If you win enough months, you win the year. And if you win enough years, you win the life. And it's that simple. All right? There's no magic outside of that.
If you don't come in and treat every day as game day, you're going to never be ready for game day. Every practice, Michael always said, I practice so hard so that games are easy.
A wise man once told me there's only one rule in this world. A small question that drives all success. The more a man invests in that question, the more powerful that man will become. Can you guess what that question is, Mr. Green?
And literally what I've learned in these moments of anxiety is that I have to stop listening to myself and I have to start talking to myself. I'm like, Rich, you're great. I'm like, looking in the mirror like, you can do this. Rich, you can handle this. Rich, this is not a big deal. Rich, this is going to pass. You're amazing. Rich, this too shall pass. And as I started talking to myself instead of listening to myself, anxiety began to leave my body.
3 days of pain, the rest is easy. So it takes about 3 days to shift the biological mechanisms to make you a morning person. Sunlight, exercise, caffeine and eating, and social interactions bring your circadian clock into alignment with all of those Zeitgebers. If tomorrow you want to start beginning the process of becoming an early riser, you'd set your alarm for 5 a.m. No matter what time you went to sleep the night before, you're going to get up and you're going to do the 4 things that I described. It's going to hurt. And then by the early afternoon, you'll be dragging a bit. And you just have to be careful to not overindulge in caffeine. Then you want to go to sleep at your now naturally slightly earlier sleep time. The next day, you'll notice it'll be a little bit easier to do. And by the 3rd day, you ought to be waking up with or before the alarm by a few minutes or moments.
Your ego's a liar. Your ego's a liar. Your ego's digging a grave of comfort. A grave of comfort that you're going to crawl into voluntarily, where you get buried and you can't move anymore. That's what happens. That's what happens when you blame other people. That's what happens when you don't accept that whatever's going on is your fault. It is your fault. Accept that, own it, and then deal with it.
When you're waking up every morning by yourself and you're fucking getting after it by yourself, and it's the hidden work. People see 1 minute video of me running and And like these fighters, you know, they see during the fight or after the fight, they don't see these motherfuckers, man, what they deal with every fucking day. All those mornings that you don't want to fucking get up. And I look at it as like a rock. And you find this fucking rock, and that rock is you. And every day you fight not wanting to get up. And you do anyway. You chip another piece off that fucking rock. And every day you fucking eat the right foods. And every day you go to train. You train harder and harder and harder and harder. And you get up earlier. And all these things you do to start forming yourself. You're chipping another fucking piece of that rock off. Before you know it, you have this beautiful fucking piece of artwork that you built. Why can't I continue with this routine? Going to the gym, being better, waking up early, eating the right foods. It's because maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your job, and it's all just stuffed in your fucking brain. You don't have it compartmentalized and organized in these nice shelves. Like you look in a garage, a nice organized militant garage. Hey, where are my dumbbells? Right there. A lot of people whose brain, hey, where's my dumbbells? Let me look. They're fucking throwing shit. They're all fucked up. So where am I going to put discipline in that mind if I can't find other shit? You got to be able to find all these different things in your mind. Oh, I can put discipline right there. I can put consistency right there. I can put all these things right there in that spot. Your mind has to always be clear. That's why I meditate 2 hours every single night, because I refresh, I reorganize the garage, which is my mind, every night. Everything's in this right spot. So when I wake up, I'm ready to go.
If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse. The person that finishes the race with their hand held isn't about the, how big they are, how tough they are, their potential. It's their perseverance. Meaning it's not about the dog that's in the fight. It's the fight within the dog. Well, yeah, it's a shit situation. I gotta go to work because I gotta pay the bills and support my family. But you know, it doesn't mean I have to shortcut my success in what I'm doing. I'll find a way to work this out. You go after things. You try them. Even if you fail, you get back up and you continue to try and fail, continue to try and fail, and ensuring you never fail to try, because nothing's impossible. What if is the worst question you can ever ask yourself. I failed is a million times better than what if, because that motherfucker got up and did something, showed up 10 times more of the man and says, what if? What if, man? What if is an ongoing debate inside yourself that you can never come to conclusion on. I got up and failed, at least I know. Otherwise, what if? Every minute of every day for your existence, battling inside your head, trying to turn off the voices, but you can't. The window of opportunity is closed. But sit back and wonder, what if? Nope, don't like that, man. I'd much rather take the gamble and lose.
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible.
Sometimes you have to create a delusion, even if you have to lie yourself into believing that.
That's how you fucking do something worthwhile. You have to believe it's possible.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion, because it's only delusional until it works.
Your mind is designed to help you get what you want. You just have to be willing to believe it's possible.
And when you believe something is possible, everything else will figure itself out.
Okay, I failed, but I was right there when I missed. What the fuck did I miss? Oh, that's what I fucking missed. And then it happens. Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better. What that means is when that alarm clock goes off, your feelings gotta go away. If you want to achieve greatness. And greatness is only achieved when your feelings about that kind of shit, and let me say that kind of shit, so for those soft people who may be listening to this, I'm not talking about your fucking family and all that shit. I'm talking about the grind. The fucking grind. Your feelings have to go away. Your body doesn't know about quitting. Your body doesn't know it's tired. The body doesn't know that it's shaking and rattling. It's your brain, it's your mind that will put on you. Every single time, your mind will let you down. You've got to learn how to do mind control. But I know that the feeling of pain and tiredness is temporary, but the feeling of greatness will last on forever.
You gotta fucking stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit.
Every fucking day I wake up, I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today?
All your excuses are lies.
You're being a pussy to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that fucking soul out every day.
Come on, you bitch! Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. You get it done today.
All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream.
Get back to fucking work. It's time to get back to work.